car with a recorded speed was the 1894 Benz Velo that had a top speed of just 12 miles per hour. Few verified records exist from that point until around 1950, when the Jaguar XK120 set a production car speed record of 124.6 miles per hour, not to be confused with the tuned prototype that managed to hit 133 miles per hour. From this point on, it became a trend for automotive publications to do their own top speed test. Even the venerable McLaren F1 was tested by Car and Driver, and in 2005 we got our first government official speed record set by the Bugatti Veyron EB 16.4 and verified by German inspection officials in 2005. It was that moment when the official challenge between manufacturers kicked off, and since then there have only been a handful of cars up to breaking the record. This list covers the top 5 fastest cars in the world, ranked from slowest to fastest. Number 5. Koenigsegg Agera RS, 278 miles per hour. The most powerful version of the Agera RS, became the world's fastest car on November 2017, when Koenigsegg hit an average speed of 277.9 miles per hour. The record lasted less than 2 years, but the Agera RS still owns a handful of benchmarks, including acceleration from 0 to 200 miles per hour, braking from 200 to 0 miles per hour, and 0 to 200 miles per hour and back to full stop. Unlike Bugatti, Koenigsegg didn't build a limited edition version of the Agera RS to celebrate the record, but the RS itself was limited to 25 examples. Number 4 SSC Tuatara, 295 miles per hour. It's not uncommon to see controversy surrounding top speed records, especially when it comes to breaking the once mythical and downright impossible 300 mile per hour barrier. It all started in October of 2020 when the SSC Tuatara supposedly hit a high speed of 331 miles per hour, which would have made it the fastest car in the world by a long shot. It took mere hours before people started pointing out discrepancies in the videos and, sure enough, what would have been a record-breaking run just couldn't be verified. SSC is still anxious to prove that the SSC Tuatara is the fastest car in the world, and it made a second attempt. Unfortunately, that second attempt wasn't as good as the first, but it did set an official record of 282.6, pushing the Koenigsegg Agera RS out of the second position, leaving the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus as the current fastest car in the world. Although there have been a lot of controversies surrounding the SSC Tuatara's top speed in the past, it looks like we finally have a conclusion. The automaker decided to put it all to bed by attempting one other run and putting all skeptics to rest. While it's not a 316 miles per hour run, or even over 300 miles per hour, for that matter, but it's definitely better than the 282.6 miles per hour. The Tuatara touched 295 miles per hour, thus beating its own record and claiming the third spot on this list of fastest cars in the world. Number 3. Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, 304 miles per hour. The standard Bugatti Chiron is already among the fastest cars in the world with a top speed of around 261 miles per hour, but the French firm wanted to set a new record, so it created an even more potent beast. Bugatti took the slightly more powerful engine from the Centodeci, rated at 1,578 horsepower, 99 more than the standard Chiron, added longer gear ratios to the gearbox, and crafted a revised aerodynamic package that increases the car's length by almost 10 inches. The modified car hit a top speed of 304.7 miles per hour on August 2. To celebrate the event, Bugatti is building a production model based on the prototype called the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. This car is limited to 30 examples, enough to validate the speed record with the Guinness World Records. Number 2 Hennessy Venom F5, 311 miles per hour. Hennessy is known for its insane builds over the years, so the Texas-based tuner decided to give a shot at making a car from the scratch. It came up with the Venom GT back in 2011 and stayed in production until 2017, although only 17 examples were built. But, it was in 2016 when we got to know that Hennessy is working on the GT's successor, which is going to be even better than the model it replaces. In all honesty, the successor didn't disappoint. Called the Venom F5, the supercar featured a brand new V8 that churned out over 1,800 horses and close to 1,200 pound-feet of torque. All the oomph was routed to the rear wheels via a 7-speed automatic. The tuner automaker claims that the Venom F5 can sprint to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds and will have a top speed of 311 miles per hour. It has been improving in each of its runs, with the last one at NASA's runway in Florida clocking 271.6 miles per hour. But, Hennessy is not done yet and plans to reach its ultimate goal of 311 miles per hour, so we won't rule it out just yet. Do you think the Hennessy Venom F5 will be able to achieve the 311 miles per hour milestone? Number 1. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, 330 miles per hour. Just when you thought the Jesko was the ultimate machine from the Swedish automaker, it decided to come up with a hyper version of the supercar with the Absolute suffix. The Jesko Absolute was revealed in 2020 and the company worked on its aerodynamics and high-speed road behavior to make it unbelievably fast. It boasts of a drag coefficient of just 0.278, courtesy of changes like an extended rear hood, covered rear wheels, and a lowered suspension. It misses out on front-wheel louvers and the massive rear wings, whereas the front hood air ducts are also closed. The 1,600 horsepower, $2.8 million Absolute Jesko has a top speed of 330 miles per hour. But, it must be noted that this is a theoretical top speed and the car hasn't achieved it in reality yet. We could probably see it out in the open soon since the first model came out of the oven in May 2022. All said, we will definitely be disappointed if this turns out to be another Tuatara kind of a fiasco. But, for now, we'll take Koenigsegg's word for it and give it the crown for being the fastest car in the world.